What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we are back to Sea of Thieves. We are doing the final tale of the Curse of the Monkey Island. We have the Lair of LeChuck. Let's go and hop on into it.
There you are. It's about time somebody normal stopped by. There I was, minding my own business, when this spooky lady wearing an unnecessarily large hat comes bursting out of the water and says she has a book for me. Is there anyone around here who doesn't just appear and disappear whenever they feel like it? Okay, now I know you're all doing it on purpose.
If Bell has brought word to us from Melee, then Guybrush must be ready to depart. I shall reopen a path to the Sea of the Damned, so that you may join him on his journey to Monkey Island and face LeChuck together. I must confess, even I did not truly believe such a place really existed. But memory or no, tales of the power Monkey Island conceals should be taken most seriously.
Threpwood may be a scrawny dope, but he's beaten LeChuck before. Do we really need to worry?
The Sword of Souls is a formidable weapon. It was created to release captive spirits. But when fully reforged as the Burning Blade, it will grant LeChuck the power to enslave them.
I knew I shouldn't have asked. Well, what are we waiting for?
Indeed. We have come too far to abandon Guybrush now. Use his memoirs to guide you, and make sure LeChuck never gets a chance to wield the Burning Blade. Captain Capsize and I must attend to a mission of our own.
You've got his memoirs. Now get through that archway and help Threpwood. He'll almost certainly need it.
Alright, there we go. We have a quest book. The Legend of Monkey Island, aka Guybrush Threepwood, Volume 3 to Monkey Island. Hey, fellow pirates. Thanks for coming to rescue me. I really owe you one. But we're not done yet. The Pirate Lord stands for everything I've always wanted, and he earned it all the hard way. I can't let LeChuck ruin the Sea of Thieves he helped build. And I won't abandon Elaine either. That's why I can't afford to wait any longer. We're setting sail for Monkey Island. I hope this reaches you in time to catch me so we can defeat him together. Guybrush. Yes. Let's meet it by the big monkey head. Reaching Monkey Island. You can only reach Monkey Island by brewing a secret mojo recipe. Good thing I found a spare copy. Directions on to Monkey Island. 1 cinnamon stick, 4 leaves of mint, 1 not alive chicken, 3 ounce brimstone, 1/4 jug of aspartic acid, weighed curds, glue, serve crew of 4 barley. They didn't have all the ingredients, so I just had to improvise. On arrival, I left my loyal crew to guard the ship and bravely volunteered to go to shore as a scouting party. I met a friendly castaway who was only happy to lend me his rowboat so I could get around. LeChuck's lair was hidden below a giant stone monkey head. The only way inside was a very special key. Once the locals realized they were dealing with a mighty pirate, they soon handed it over. Meet us here on the Monkey Head Island. The Monkey Head led to a maze of catacombs that would have caused me to get lost, perhaps forever. I cunningly acquired a navigator's head, which he helped me find my way through. If it was time to sneak aboard LeChuck's ship, naturally, I was able to defeat LeChuck, but he's no ordinary pirate. Next time we meet, it's sure to be another incredible showdown. But so long as Elaine's in danger, I'll always fight. That's what the Legend of Monkey Island is all about. Why not relive our battles for yourself with my new figurine range on sale now? Alright, so the past 2 times we've had a LeChuck guide. See if he comes out again.
Right, here we go. Hope I can remember how to do this. A little heavy on the brimstone there, Chef. Ahoy there! We're about to make sail for Monkey Island. Stay close to the Black Pearl so we don't get separated. Ready, Mr. Mancomb? Deploy the cinnamon in 3, 2...
Cinnamon Incorporated, Captain.
Prepare the chicken. No, the rubber chicken.
Avian ascension apparatus added.
And be ready with the mince.
Belay that, we're fresh out.
What? Already?
'Twas Spiffy what had the last of 'em, Captain. Done his breath of power a good.
find something.
What about these?
Those look like cucumbers. Well, pickled cucumbers.
I found about 30 jars in the captain's quarters, but they're green and they grow outdoors, so I reckon...
Why would anyone keep... Oh, the heck with it. Throw it all in the pot.
Brickless recipe replacements reducing, sir. Should be ready any moment.
Monkey Island. I'm coming, Elaine. Full speed ahead, Mr. Cobb. Show me what the Black Pearl can really do.
Aye.
That's an interesting crossover using the Black Pearl. Alright, so we've rematerialized. This time there is no bug that's killing us. That's good. Looks like our friend Guybrush has abandoned us, though. Oh, there's an abandoned ship in front of us, too. Alright, well, I'm going to assume we're supposed to be anchoring up next to the Pearl and getting on board with them. They got the whole smoke vibe going on, so that's got to be something. Mancomb.
So, you found your way along in our wake. Welcome to Monkey Island.
You're all part of Guybrush's crew?
We are now. See, folks weren't best pleased to learn they'd been beguiled, nor that the legend of Monkey Island was so much bilge water. Guybrush tried to set things right, but a lot of people weren't happy, and very few believed him when he said LeChuck was behind the whole thing.
So what changed your mind?
Treasure, and lots of it. After apologizing, pleading, and persuading didn't work, Guybrush remembered that pirates can be quite amenable to bribery. There's a fair chunk of the governor's treasury waiting for me back on Melee Island. Enough to settle my sizable tab at the scum bar. Until then, I'll be the most loyal shipmate you've ever seen.
Did you steal the ship from Stan's place?
There's no need to phrase that so accusingly. Guybrush was quite intent on paying for his passage, but after hunting high and low, Stan was nowhere to be seen.
I have no clue what happened to Stan.
Therefore, we invoked a unilateral Residents of Melee Association proclamation and availed ourselves of nearby assets for the good of the community.
Also could be known as stealing the ship.
Well, if you ask me, it's Stan who's the real crook in all of this. Turns out that this isn't even the genuine article. The paint comes right off.
So it's a fake?
I suppose the real Black Pearl must be off on some grand adventure of her own, though I doubt she'll find stranger tides than these.
See what you did there. Where can I find
The
Guybrush?
lad jumped overboard as soon as we reached the shallows and raced off into the jungle. And the pooch went after him like a bolt of lightning. Well, he was yelling about a gigantic stone monkey head near here. Supposedly it's a secret entrance to somewhere or other. Sounds like it'd be hard to miss.
Anything else you can tell me?
Only that you should watch where you tread. Supposedly, there's an old castaway living around here with a fondness for setting traps. I spied their camp on the southern beach as we were sailing by. They're sure to know plenty about the island, assuming they're not completely cracked by now.
What will you do now?
Happy though I was to accompany Guybrush on his journey, in exchange for generous remuneration, of course, the rest is up to him.
That doesn't sound very loyal.
I'll not be getting myself into a fight with LeChuck, nor his crew, for the sake of Guybrush. Money's no good if you're too dead to spend it.
So you're just going to loaf around?
Aye, that we are. It's been too long since I got to work on my tan. But don't let us stop you from exploring, putting yourself in mortal peril and so on. Stop by again and let us know how you get on.
Alright, we'll see you later, Mancomb. Oh, the chef's here. Wonder if he recognizes us.
Hey, you! Stay out of the kitchen!
He recognizes us. The ship doesn't have a kitchen.
Sorry. Force of habit. Hey, but don't touch the cooking pot. One spoonful's enough to blow your brains right out of your ears.
To be useful. Why did you join the crew?
Guybrush asked if he could borrow my cooking pot. He said that brewing a special recipe is the only way to reach Monkey Island. You need squid ink, cinnamon, zinc oxide, monkey blood. It's a very delicate and sophisticated task. Mancomb turned out to be a natural. Maybe he should be my new assistant chef.
But didn't you follow Guybrush?
Nope. That cooking pot's been in the family for 5 generations. There's no way I'm leaving it unguarded in a place like this. And hey, isn't stopping LeChuck supposed to be your job?
It could be. This place is huge.
Sure is. I always thought Monkey Island would be, you know, small and cute, like a monkey. But it's actually giant and scary, like a chimp.
Reaching LeChuck might be a challenge.
You should start by finding Guybrush. He knows his way around. Or you could ask the old hermit guy over at the South Beach.
I feel like the old hermit guy is probably going to be accommodation.
If you can find a rowboat, you might have an easier time getting around.
Got any supplies I can take?
Sorry, but everything went into the cooking pot. You'll have to find your own food. Deep, dark caves are a good way to keep things fresh.
Alright, well thank you, chef. And we have one more to speak to. You. Who are you? Oh,
Aye.
are you the lighthouse guy? You joined Guybrush's crew?
Aye.
Are you using Captain Coco as a good luck charm?
Aye.
Aye. Tell me about Guybrush's journey to Monkey Island.
I'd say it greatly increases the dramatic tension by promising a fateful encounter between an iconic hero and villain in an unforgettable locale. By presenting such a marked visual juxtaposition to Melee Island, that sense of the familiar is replaced with an uncanny feeling of dread. Furthermore, the tonal dissonance created when such an idyllic location is framed as your final, and thus logically most challenging destination, should not be underestimated. The serenity and almost total lack of human interaction can only serve to heighten the sense of awe and wonder as you rely on your own spatial awareness to progress.
Yeah, no, that was way too deep. Where's he at?
He's by the big monkey head in the jungle. Good luck.
Aye. Well, apparently you get accommodation if you speak to all the crew. Alright, so directly across from the ship, we have a ship's mirror that you can examine. A captain's mirror. The shiny glass gives off a dazing heat under the hot Monkey Island sun. So if we head south, there is going to be a smoke trail up at the very top of the tree line there, where you can sort of tell where this guy's camp is. He's supposed to give us a little bit of idea on where we're supposed to be going. So if you're looking directly at the Black Pearl, you can raise up the Spyglass stand. Something can be mounted here, so you're going to have to find a Spyglass later on to add that. If you head further down the beach, there's going to be this skull that you could remove. I wonder if he's going to speak. Something suitable could be placed here. Okay, so we're looking for like a spyglass and a coconut so far. Alright, so a little bit further down the beach, we have a second spyglass stand. Oh, this one actually has a spyglass on it though. Okay, so it automatically zooms into the next spyglass stand. If you follow the water down, you do have a Memoir.
delicious ripe bananas hanging tantalizingly out of reach. Herman uses a special banana picker to harvest them. He can be pretty resourceful when he has to be.
Okay, so Herman uses a special banana picker, and that's what we're going to need to get the bananas off. All right, so the Spyglass is taking us up the hill. We are going to take a little bit of a detour and go visit Herman at his little camp here. Should be the crazy guy that they keep speaking of.
Well, hello there.
Hey, hello there. What do you have
Nice
for
having a
us?
chance to talk with somebody civilized. It's been a while.
Are you all alone on Monkey Island?
I said I was the only civilized person, not the only one. LeChuck and his crew showed up a while back, but civil they are not. And you know what's worse? All those other new ghosts and ghouls saying they're from some Sea of the Damned or some such thing. Sea of the Extremely Rude, that's what I call it. They've been stampeding all over Monkey Island, making off with whatever they fancy, and wreaking havoc with the ancient monkey idols. Things got so bad, the island's inhabitants decided to leave. The northern shores are deserted now. Part of Monkey Island's heritage, its soul, scuffed out. Such a shame. Well, at least now they won't be stealing my precious rowboat oars. I've had to hide them, along with just about everything else I own. It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Is that volcano in the distance?
Hey, now, you stay away from there. That's my new base of operations. Well, it will be when I get it finished, now that I've finally got the materials. See, a young clown named Driftweed happened along and started to mess around with my primitive art up on the cliffside.
Primitive art. Sounds great.
Hey, I wouldn't expect you to appreciate my work any more than Driftweed did. That idiot even managed to scuttle his own ship with it. Hubris ultimately leads to calamity, I suppose. It's a metaphor for life, just like all art. Yes. Very deep, very meaningful. Anyway, I've been salvaging the wreck of the sea monkey and using it to build myself a real home. A place folks like you can't just wander inside.
Why not just build a raft and escape the island?
Oh, I don't think I could bear the loneliness out at sea. I may not like it when folks mess with my art, but at least it gives me someone to yell at.
I'm looking for LeChuck's lair.
Got yourself a death wish, eh? Well, too bad. The island's inhabitants returned their cotton swab key to its hiding place before they left. I suppose they thought they were doing visitors a favor by keeping them away from LeChuck. But it just meant more trouble for me. I had to find space near here for a secret stash where rampaging pirates, the sun, and a dreaded monkey can't spoil my supplies.
The cotton swab key is hidden somewhere.
Who are you, my echo? Yes, they hid it. And no, I don't know where. It's probably something monkey-related. Most things around here are. But who cares? I've got my own possessions to worry about.
What's up with all these traps?
It's all because of that thieving monkey. He's developed a real taste for my chilled banana soup and makes off with whatever he can get his paws on. I must have used up half a Driftweed's ship to make them. So far, he's always slipped past me and gotten away scot-free. It wouldn't be so bad, but I keep having to reset the traps whenever pirates go blundering into them. Makes me wonder why I bother.
Good banana soup. Sounds tasty.
You keep your hands and your stomach away from my belongings.
Just a taste. I can lick the spoon.
I said no. Now get out of here. I'm sure you've got pressing business to attend to.
I do have pressing business, but I also need to know what you're using to knock the bananas down with. We got a Herman note. Alright, Herman's jobs. Visit supply cache in the ravine. Check on my soup. Any stolen? Long hike up the volcano. Search for lotion. Sploosh. Must be sunk. Reach stockade. Lunch on stove. Work to restore the old cannon. Time to check my traps. Spy on mass trap from stockade. Hide stockade key in flooded crater. Back to camp. Monkey trap raided? Hide supply cache key in a wooden carving. With hands free, can dig ores. Use rowboat to check cage trap. Rebury the ores in my secret place. look. Secret place, route and chest. More salvage from sea monkey. Leave furniture on beach to dry. Hide other supplies in treetops. Tour beaches. Scan for rescue ships. Back to camp. Fill monkey trap. Sleep. Alright, so away from Herman's camp, if you head back to the beach, you can read No More Neighbors by Herman Toothrot. Well, that did it. All the nosy thieving pirates stomping around here have finally driven the last of the locals away from Monkey Island. Not that I care, but there was something reassuring about seeing them on the daily hike to the giant stone monkey head in the jungle. Now that they're gone, there's no one left who knows the secret to getting past the... Now what was it called again? Palindrome? Palisade? Palladium? It's a whooping great wall of wooden stakes is what it is. Makes me wish I had the lumber to build my own. The only outside I ever saw get past the thing was the driftwood fella. He's long gone. Probably had very important business to attend to. Alright, so once again, this Spyglass is taking us up to the stakes up at the top. The last one we took a skull off of. Nothing really happened, so I'm assuming we're going to have to eventually interact with them. And we might be able to find a way to capture the monkey that's terrorizing Herman. And then we'll be able to move on with that part of the tale. Alright, so on the next trap, we can remove all of the withered skulls. That way it's just leaving the stakes behind. Something could loosen the skull. Okay, so we're going to have to find something we can pry with. Okay, so we have a dilemma by Herman Toothrot. These blasted pirates! I spent the days hauling this mast out here, all by myself, and setting up part of the latest trap. Barely an hour goes by and some lumbering oaf goes and snares himself in while making with one of these island's precious treasures. Not sure what to do about all this. These knees won't take climbing all the way to the cage. Not my time of life. Then again, this thing is pretty unstable. If I could hit it with enough force, the whole contraption might come crashing down. But if I do that, all my hard work will be ruined. I suppose I'll leave it for now. Alright, so directly across from the mast, if you come up the hill, there's going to be danger slippery sign. And you just gotta watch your step. This game is fairly forgiving, so you should be able to walk through most of it, but just be careful with that area, because you can fall in the water. And this is his suntan spot, which he talked about this earlier when he was speaking to us. Okay, so if you fall down, he does have footholds that you can climb up with. Interesting. And this leads you to a broken bridge, basically. This will lead you to like the main camp here. We do have a map, and we need the stockade key to actually open this area. We do have a banana. So this one's kind of hard to do, but if you are over next to where the arch cannon's at, so if you pull onto your compass, just to try to explain this a little bit better, on the north-ish side, there's going to be this pool here. If you come over to the corner of the rock, you're able to take a seat, and that's where the Memoir is.
The river splits here. It used to flow just one way, but I used some of Herman's gunpowder to set things right. An act of ecological restitution that got me a free rope.
So from that note, and if you guys are trying to keep track of where we are, so the mast is there. This is going to be Herman's rowboat. We have to find the oars in order to actually have this rowboat usable. But if you just go up the hill is where Herman's art's going to be found. We are going to be able to rotate to the right or to the left. And theoretically, we should be able to launch this at our ships. So next to the cannon, there is going to be another Memoir.
Either this is a poorly balanced pile of boulders, or it's primitive art created by Herman Toothrot. I suppose it depends on your point of view, but the local islanders weren't impressed.
Alright, so over behind the cannon, there is an instruction note. Please read. To everyone on the island, please stop moving this. It is delicately balanced. Here are instructions for how to appreciate this primitive art. 1. Do not interfere or remove the boulder set in place atop the log. It is deliberately aesthetic choice. 2. Do not rotate or reposition the log. Its cardinal direction is deep thematic significance. 3. Do not accidentally drop boulders onto the primitive arch from the mountaintop above. This is reckless and destructive behavior. 4. Do not paint, sketch, or any way produce an image of the primitive art for sale, personal use, or you'll be hearing from my lawyers. Okay, so it looks like we have to go up top more to drop some boulders, and it should theoretically fling it over to the ships. Okay, so we can pick up the boulder. And do we just like drop it? Place boulder. Okay, so we can push it. It looks like there is a quill over here. It is built though, so I don't think this is a... Oh, yep, it is a memoir spot. Nice.
I made a 1 in a zillion shot from up here. Unfortunately, the ship I sank was my own, the Sea Monkey. I guess fine art is harder than it looks.
Alright, so once you push the boulder... Is it going to hit the ship? There's no way to make it higher. Okay, so if you have it aimed to the right, you do get the no fruit picker accommodation. Oh, is that... Do we just knock down the bananas, maybe? Yeah, you made a banana fall from his tree. Okay. So if you're curious to see the direction we had it, it was basically lined up with his camp, a little bit to the right of it. So if you're following the trail and stick to the right side, you are going to come across something interesting. We got some foot trails around here. A trail of footprints left by heavy boots. Looks like the pirates were up to something here. So the arch is going to be found over there to the right. Looks like they came over this way. Whatever is inside the barrel is a fine and powdery like sand. Alright, so if you're following the trail of random things that are left behind by the pirates, you do come across the coconuts, and you can just come over here to this rope, drop it down, and it'll fall down for you. We got a Herman supply crate, which is going to be for traps, I'm assuming. Okay, so following the path, I did find a animal carving here. We open it up, we find a key. Hold on, drop you down. We have a supply cache key, which is going to be found for the top of the map. Nice! So it's going to be over next to this monkey pointing and right next to the glowing monkey statue. Okay, so we got the supply cache key. This might go to Herman's chest behind him. Oh, this requires Herman's chest key. I don't think we've found a place for this key just quite yet. Alright, so from Herman's camp, if you go off to the right side here, you're going to notice a torch. And if you look just directly down, there's going to be a makeshift ladder. This ladder is going to take you over to where the supply chest key comes in handy. So you got waterfalls behind you, just run directly down the cavern and you'll eventually come into a cage door. Alright, so that'll open up the door for us, and what do we have inside here? Baiting the trap by Herman and Toothrot. What? I'm done moving my rations up alone, down to my new supply cache. Maybe now people keep their hands and paws to themselves. Even better, now that the mangy monkey can't treat this place like a free buffet, perhaps I can deal with the problem once and for all. I'll set up a trap in my camp and bait it with some of the chilled banana soup he likes so much. I'm not even going to feel bad. He started it, after all. Besides, they say monkeys like to swing from the trees. Okay, so we got some chilled banana soup. So we're going to have to come down here a couple times for this. Alright, so we can pour the chilled banana soup into the trap here. Hey, Herman, there's some food. Oh.
Ah! Don't tell me that flea-ridden critter got his paws on more of my supplies. That's the 6th time this week, I think. What's wrong with this useless thing? Let's see here. The monkey smells the bait. The monkey steps into the loop. The monkey takes the bait. And well, hello there. And then...
All right, Herman.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Well, we're pirates.
This isn't how you rescue someone.
Herman has things tucked away. Something nearby might shake them loose. Okay, so we'll just gently tug.
Hey, that was tomorrow's breakfast.
Well, don't worry. We're going to get you all set up for tomorrow.
Hey, that was tomorrow's lunch.
All right, so we got breakfast, lunch. Is there going to be a dinner? Oh, there's just a key.
You made me drop my key. Leave the trap alone. You're only making things worse. I call it goofing around.
All right, so we take Herman's key over here to the chest.
Sorry.
And we got Herman's rowboat map.
Oh, I see how it is. You're not really here to rescue me. You're just another thief who's here to steal my rowboat. Well, good luck using it without any oars.
All right, so rowboat security.
You're worse than those good-for-nothing islanders.
Dreaded pirates. I've outsmarted them this time. I buried my rowboat oars, and not only that, I found an ingenious hiding place to stash the directions. Left the camp and crossed the bridge over the ravine, took a left, and he said hello to Mr. Porkchop. Held my nose to the path with the stinky flowers. The statue tried to boss me around, but I didn't listen to the monkey, so I carried on. It's the barrel, but I didn't peek inside. The octopus scares me to death. Shook my head at what those pirates did. My stolen ladder, broken now, but it helped me find my way. Stayed on the path by keeping on track on time. Took a left at the sea monkey's flag for a fisher's supply, but only caught junk, and that's my secret. Okay, so his oars are buried next to the boot, basically.
Isn't so bad once you get the hang of it. Get it? Hang?
Alright, so from over where we tied up Herman, if you just follow the path here, there's going to be a wooden bridge, and it'll take you over to the ravine, all along with the book, and said hello to Mr. Porkchop. We got Porkchop down on the left side if you just keep on following the dirt path. Porkchop is not actually hiding anything, he's just empty. Alright, so from the pig statue, if you just go up the trail here, you'll notice some flowers here. We can sniff the strange flowers. These flowers smell disgusting, a truthfully awful aroma. We just keep following along this dirt path here. This is where we found the key. The animal carving in the bird, if anyone's curious. We have the monkey telling us to go to the right. We don't listen to no stinking monkeys. Go left. We got a barrel here. It's cracked. He doesn't necessarily want to do too much with it. We got the broken stone ladder, which is going to be found next to the statue with the glowing monkey head. Now, if you notice here, we have a compass. And a clock. The clock's going to be the right way. I don't think I've read the Vandal's note, though. Would you look at this? A hand-carved monkey totem relic by a bygone age. And those good-for-nothing grog swillers have swarmed all over them. Only one of the golden monkey idols is still in the proper place. The other two could be anywhere now. Such a disrespectful thing to do. If those rotten pirates had their way, they'd probably have demolished the whole thing just to reach that last idol. Too bad for them, these ruins around here were built to last. I'd take direct hit from a meteor. Leave a mark on this. Only the traps I make lasted as long. So he's keeping track of time. That's going to be the old pocket watch found over here. And then he took a left. The sea monkey's flag. So if you come down a little bit, there's going to be the sea monkey's flag, which is going to be right here. Which will take you over to the water. We have a old boot, which we can reach inside the boot. To find my oars, turn to face the sea monkey flag. So it's right there. Choose the path with a drink that doesn't knock you off your feet. Almost there. Alright, so we got grog that way. We got grog that way. Is one of them broken, maybe? One way to find out what's inside. Alright, so from the monkey flag, if you head down this way, you're going to stop at the grog barrel. If you haven't tinkered out, it's a little bit easier to understand this next part. So you'll see refill it with grog. If you turn directly behind you and over to this one says refill with near grog. So it's not actually a full grog concentration, which means it won't knock you off your feet. Now we just have to find Herman's bottle. The bottles are going to be found on the island directly across from the rowboat. Nice! Fool us, Herman. Alright, well, with the rowboat now complete, it is usable. Little bit more. Alright, so if you take the rowboat down the canal, we do have a skeleton which appears to have a spyglass in his hand, which might be used for our final piece. Or it might be a map. Alright, so we got a buried idol map. Hit the idol from the crew. Look around here. Okay, so we got a volcano and a tree. Pretty basic. Alright, so we have another Herman Tooth note, which goes around. Well, I'll be. If it isn't the sea monkey. Even after all this time, it still smells of screaming chimps. A trained sailor. It speaks to the cyclic nature of the universe and gives me a moment to pause. What if our lives are not a raging river, but a whirlpool, spinning us all in places? Seems like that upstart Driftwood managed to straight out sink her with a flying boulder. What'd she get for disturbing my primitive art? Now I've hauled her ashore, I can put her to use in different ways. She can provide me spare parts. I need to install some decent security around here. Okay, so that means he set up a bunch of traps. And primitive art must have a way to actually aim over in this area, though. You can search inside of it. We got a toy parrot. A wooden parrot who's a pretty toy, then. We got wooden dice. We got a 1 and a 3. A pair of wooden dice. There's no time for a game of cards. Let's see what we got here. We got a toy fort. A toy fort. The toy soldiers seem to have deserted. I'm guessing this will hint at where you're supposed to be going to find the pieces. We got another toy fort. 3 toy forts. And a parrot. Treasure chest 1's the only one that you can't actually view. Fort. Fort. Wait, Admiral Moonlace discovered. Okay, so that's going to be important. Herman left another note on the side of the beach here. Pirates today have no sense of decency. Back in my day, we would never dream of walking up an old man napping peacefully on the beach. Probably. Even though they had a perfectly good map in their hands, they still got completely turned around, looking for the fabled stone monkey hand. If they had a single ounce of brains in their thick skulls, they would have realized that the little monkey statues in the jungle point the way. Oh well. Maybe if they keep wandering around without a clue, they'll get bored and go home. I deserve 40 winks before climbing all the way to my stockade. There's Guybrush there.
But the others are still on the ship. Looks like it's just us. And Spiffy, of course. LeChuck's secret lair is through the catacombs under this giant stone monkey head. I was sure I left the key right here. It looks kind of like a big cotton swab, but I can't find it anywhere. In fact, I'm pretty sure someone's been poking around since the last time I was here. They left this map behind, see? Looks like they were searching for 3 golden idols. My pirate instincts tell me they're probably part of some elaborate yet thematically appropriate puzzle. You hold on to the map and go look for the key. I'll wait here and keep watch for LeChuck. And Elaine.
Big shocker. The rumors are true. The fabled monkey island here in the Sea of the Damned. The treasure hide might be enough to bribe my way onto the ferry. There are 3 golden idols ripe for the taking. All all on my map. Mind my crew are no use. Ron's gotten stuck in the hermit's trap, and I ain't seen Tish in hours. Maybe it's best not to mention I sank our ship using that weird primitive art. Well, next time I'll get my aim right, and the last idol will be mine. And also right next to Guybrush is going to be a memoir.
One of the most terrifying sights on the whole of Monkey Island. Trespassers are forbidden, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from rescuing Elaine.
Alright, so from the treasure map we found on the rowboat, it looks like it's going to lead you to the banana tree, and it's going to want you to dig a little bit to the right of the tree. So it should roughly be around here. We get us our golden monkey statue. We are going to need another statue eventually. Alright, so from the mirror, if you head up the path here, there is going to be some monkey footprints and a few banana peels that are left behind from our culprit. We take a cracked spyglass. I'm wondering if we're going to have to pick up that toy monocle and snap it onto the front of this spyglass and like fix it. But we should be able to snap it onto the spyglass stand just to look at the other spyglasses. Let's do you. Okay, and it points to the coconuts. Oh, but now it's actually reflecting the light. So if you're following along in the jungle, we're going to be following the monkey statues in order to place the skull. So you'll notice that they're going to point you in the right direction. If they don't have a finger pointing somewhere, that means you just keep on going straight. And you can place down your monkey head on the hand. Mystery of Monkey Isle. Okay, so we are going to need to find a second skull in order to place on the hand to lower it fully down. Alright, so the suntan oil is going to be found inside of the mountainside. You can jump down in the water, or you can find a hidden cave area going through the tunnels. So that, just so you guys can kind of get a deal of it, basically it's one of the waterways right next to where we climb up the mountainside. To be directly across from where the second part of the bridge comes into play, you just swim on down and it'll be in that cave right there. Alright, so from across the mast that we haven't figured out how to go into yet, there is another note by Herman. Another day, another set of problems. More thieving, uncivilized pirates arrived. At first I thought they might be here to rescue, but no such luck. They made it very clear that the plan to do is make off with all the treasure they can and buy their way back into the Sea of Thieves. Well, I won't stand for it. I'm going to move the rest of my rations to where the sun and interlopers and the monkeys can't reach them. As for my rowboat oars, I buried them and locked them in a memory jogger safe in my chest. Let's see these troublemakers take a trip down that river without my paddle. So exhausting. If I didn't laboriously write out my inner monologue on a series of individual scrolls and leave them in conspicuous places, I'd be a kook by now. Alright, so if you guys are having trouble finding the stockade key, this one's going to be specifically for the hardest one, which is going to be found in the water. So right next to the ledge here, you just dive down, there's going to be a white rock that says suspicious boulder. You move this out the way, you're not going to find anything, because it's going to be in one of these boulders. There's the second key. Alright, this is for the stockade. There's 3 boulders that you should be able to push, and it's going to be found right on the ledge. Right next to where the waterfall is, too. Alright, so now we should be able to open up the stockade. Got us another banana. Nothing cool. Got us a standing spyglass. Which points us over where we already knew the skull was. Nowhere to move this cannon. Ceasefire by Herman and Toothrot. My stockade is almost complete. I plan to make it a lot more secure than the old fort, so folks can't just wander inside and take whatever they please. It's a good thing too. I still need to restore the antique cannon, grease away all the rust, and build a gun port. But when I do, I know I'll wake up and find some bratty pirates using it to take pot shots at my delicacy balanced traps. To make sure that doesn't happen, I've taken the sturdiest lock the sea monkey has left to hide the key where they'll never think to look. Alright, so you should be able to take the suntan lotion and grease up the cannon. Alright, so we got another book by My Pirate Book Recipes. Alright, so we got a recipe for chilled banana soup. Take any banana from those thieving monkeys didn't steal, then peel them, hide banana picker from thieves, then thinly slice the bananas. Hollow out a coconut, then milk to the pot along with 1 jar of water. Add a handful of cereal and stir until it's pretty much oatmeal. Stir in the banana slices. Squeeze in the juices of the mango. Helps it stay fresh longer. Don't ask me why it works. Keep stirring, like the endless cycle of existence. If it's too thick, add a bottle of rum. If it's not too thick, drink the bottle of rum. Empty into a jar, apply... Empty into a jar, apply a wax seal, and leave it in supply cache to cool. Lock the door up tight. That's for chilled banana soup. We got homemade suntan oil, banana grease, and recipe for brie and berries honey. So let's go for the grease. Gather some wood, light the stove, and find 3 ripe bananas. Place them on the stove until they're fully blackened. Stare wistfully until the smoke. Transfer to a pot of boiling water and leave to simmer. Hollow out 2 coconut shells, dry it in the sun to add to pot. I've plenty of my supply crates. I should bring a few to the stockade to save my tired feet. Add the mineral oil and stir. I'm all out, need to find some sort of substitute. Decant into jar while still hot. Note to self, this is to maintain my traps. It is not fit for civilized humans to consume. You'd better have a real lunkhead to even think about eating this stuff. Alright, so the homemade suntan oil. Go fishing for red herrings, chop up what you catch, and leave it all in the sun for a few weeks until it reeks worse than the stinky flowers. Pour the gunk, though a cheesecloth or some such thing, into a jar to extract fish oil. I've gotten real good at holding my breath. Preheat the fire until it's on fire. Take 6 freshly caught oysters, remove them squishy bits, and toss them into the pot. Fill 2 pomegranates and add those too. Add a lump of charcoal to the pot, put the lid on tight, and let it cook overnight. The next day, take what's left and mix it into the fish oil. Apply the reluctant slop to your face, arms, and exposed areas. The best part, nobody uncivilized will bother you when you wear it. Note to self, I need to make another batch. Dropped my last jar into the water, climbing into the stockade, and can't reach it. Not at my age. Trouble is, it's not herring season. And we have the recipe for brie and berry. And wild rice, don't have. Chopped onions, don't have. Vegetable stock, don't have. Into the pan, misplaced, and cook until ripe. Rice is plumped. Slice the brie. Threw this away. It brings all my tummy trouble. And top of mashed tart berries. I don't have that either. Stare wistfully at an empty plot. Sigh longly. Eat a banana. Alright, so we are going to need to make the grease. Thankfully, he has a cooking pot right next to us, and we have a pulley here. So that cannon should be used to break his trap that he had before. But it's greased right now, so we're going to have to fix that up. There's a cooking pot out here, and we need to burn up the bananas. Okay, so this will be our 3rd banana. Now, we don't have a pot of boiling water, so I'm not sure where we're... Oh, he's got one in there? Nice. So it gets nice and black, and not just a little bit. That should be good enough. Alright, so we got the boiling water here. So let's add in the bananas. So we need 3 bananas. See if I can find in the book the directions. I'm not having to look through everything else. Yep, 3 bananas, 2 coconut shells, and 1 portion of substitute. So Herman's supply cache is going to be found a little bit over in the woods. I'm going to go grab another coconut real quick. So if you look for the grog barrels and the pirate hat in the water, that'll sort of put you in the right direction to find where you're supposed to be getting the coconut from. It'll be found right here on the ground. If you do happen to lose them, it'll just respawn anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. You only need 2 coconuts, even though there's 3 in this cache. So it's kind of interesting idea. They don't go on the stakes that we found yet. Alright, so now with the additional coconut shell, we can dump it in the water. It already has 2 now. And then we're going to put in the suntan oil as a substitute. Need the empty jar, found right here. And bottle it up. This is going to be fresh banana grease, which we then take over to the cannon. Add in some grease. Push the cannon on in. We should be able to use it. Ooh, Herman's got some cannonballs in here. Alright, load up the cannonball. Alright, there we go. You gotta hit directly in the middle of the mast for it to break. Once the mast is down, then you're able to collect the second monkey skull. Alright, so before you go down the zip line, make sure you grab your half a jar of banana grease and head on down to the cages. Alright, so this cage says a rusty lock, something small could fit inside. We got this little skeleton here. And read Alone by Goldtooth. Bad luck chasing Goldtooth wherever I go. Should never stole all them oar shoes, nor the oars that wars them either. No more Captain Brigsby to give us orders, near shot to bits by fleshy pirates, all alone. Who did Goldtooth spy? I knows that ship. I do. A fresh start. The LeChucks act a lot mighty fierce, but they was new though the shroud. Needed Goldtooth as a guide, brought me aboard, got treated nice, at least for a while. If they'd said Monkey Island was LeChuck's lair, I'd never have shouted me mouth off. Now more fleshy pirates, dead ones and all, are nosing up top looking for gold. LeChuck said I was being strung up for castaways' traps and left to bleach me bones. Only Bob had any mercy and left me with my 1 gunpowder gummy. Bob said it might come get me out of a tight squeeze. Wink wink. Don't know what it meant, but it was a proper nice of him. I'm going to leave my last meal. Save it for now. Okay, so we drop that. We can put the gun. Oh. Didn't realize we could just yank his head off. Last time it was like some sort of... Alright, so we put the gun in the lock. We are going to need to find a fuse. We have his skull though. And we can grab the half a jar of grease. Alright, so with your banana grease, you can come over here to the stake and you can grease it. And then we should be able to move the withered skull away. Nice! Now Goldtooth, I don't think we go here, do you? Alright, so with your monocle, you can add in some bling to Captain Coco. And now we'll see if he has something new for us. Looks a little weird with Admiral Coco. But he has been promoted. Alright, so the Spyglass is going to be shining onto some stakes. Stakes are going to be found directly across from it, so we're just going to go and walk over there. And this is going to be the first item that we place onto the skulls, and it should reflect the light beam on into the next stake area. Okay, kind of hard to see. Oh, you can talk to him? I demolished a huge trap just now. Oh, no, I didn't mean to dazzle you. It's so bright, it probably reflects halfway across the island. What do you mean it could? Do? I don't? Wait, I see now. Yes, your fellow coconuts will be able to help me if I can find them. Otis was right, Admiral Coco, you really are a certified genius. I demolished a huge trap for you. Well, I mean, it's a start. Okay, you have a point. I'm not going to give up, I just need to find a solution. No, I don't think gingerbread would work. Maybe something stronger? That's true, I should keep searching the island. See you later. Alright, well now that Captain Coco is installed, you can see the Spyglass now has light, and it's going to be reflecting over towards the next one, which is going to be a little bit past the banana tree, which is then going to take us to the spikes on top of the hill, where we have our gold face friend that's going to be installed up top. Alright, so our final ingredient is going to be gold face. So this step is actually kind of confusing, but we are going to have to grab the rest of the coconuts from the crates to make it so our skull is high enough. Because if you look at Goldtooth right now, he's not at the right angle or height to be able to get all the way over here to the gum to blow it up. So we are going to need to have 2 or 3 of our coconut friends, which is why we said earlier on that Coco is going to need the help of his friends in order to get this done. Alright, so once you get 3 coconuts on, you want to place your Goldtooth on the very top. Now the light is going to shine over to the gum, which will then make the cage blow up, and we get us our monkey head, which goes in the hand from earlier. Alright, so this will be number 2 on his hand. We might need the 3rd one though. Alright, so we got a gold offering is now done, but we still need 1 more skull before we can actually wrap it up. Unfortunately, if you play around with the primitive art too much, your game might end up having a glitch in it to where you can't actually rotate the primitive art at all. If you have this glitch, unfortunately, you are going to have to leave the match. You should be able to continue your tail as long as you've found at least 1 monkey skull. That way you have a checkpoint to load back inside of the tail so you didn't waste all your time yet. Alright, so if you're like us and you got glitched on the art, if you head over to your table, click on Tall Tales, you can vote to continue on with your adventure. You might want to wait for the rest of your crew to get here, that way everyone has the same starting point in case the game does glitch out. Now we will be able to continue back where we were. You are going to have to sail through the same spot again. Alright, so if you're going for the accommodation to hit your ship, you want to angle it almost all the way to the right. So if you look at it, you still have a couple movements. But if you stand directly behind it, it's going to be pointed towards the southwest. I'll show you what it looks like up top. And you should be aiming towards a little bit of a rocky area, and there'll be a pretty big water splash where the boulder does hit it. There we go, direct hit. So you do need your ship very close to the land in order to actually place everything down. And once you do that, you should be good to go for that achievement. Alright, so once you get it in the south position, you should be able to hit the monkey head. So you want to head up top and get your next boulder. There we go. Direct hit on the bottom of the monkey statue, and now his head has fallen down, so you can now use it. So the head's going to be found on the ground, and the statue is just going to be crumbled up over here. Follow the monkey statues again to get the hand to go all the way down. Alright, with 3 down, that should be it. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be the cotton swab key. And this is going to be used to open the door for Guybrush.
All right, it's time to open this gate. Come here, Spiffy. Come here, boy. There. Beats taming a monkey.
I mean, I guess that's one way. That way the dog holds the door open for us. Mr. Mayor, you're moving awfully slow here.
Okay, I think it's time. Take the key and do as nature intended. Yeah, all that waxy buildup can be a little awkward. Sometimes it helps to jiggle it about a bit.
So they do have another memoir spot over here.
This monkey head hides the entrance to LeChuck's secret lair. I really don't see how you'd fit a ship inside, so maybe there's a back door somewhere too.
Okay, so I'm going to assume we're going to be looking for a back door with a cotton swab key. Alright, so once you get your cotton swab key, you want to come over here and insert it. It's going to be found in the monkey's ear. Give it a jiggle. Get a little bit more firm. Alright, fine, finally. Get him there.
Let's get everyone together. You won't want to miss this.
Alright, well that was pretty cool.
This thing's a little stinky after all these years, but it should still work. It'll lead us through the catacombs straight to LeChuck. Oh, I almost forgot. If LeChuck's crew spots me down here, we'll never make it to Elaine. Time for my secret weapon. It's a shame I don't have any spares. If anyone asks, you're a lost tourist searching for the secret of Monkey Island. Here, you should take this. A floating head would probably give the game away.
Okay.
It's all clear. Let's sneak inside.
Sure, why not?
That's the second biggest skeleton I've ever seen.
Alright, Mr. Navigator, you know what we're doing here? You just seem to be spinning around all lost like.
Northeast. These mushrooms are actually part of one gigantic organism. Knowing that makes me feel a lot worse.
I mean, the map looks pretty cool.
Really try. I'm gonna start naming these passageways so we don't get lost.
That's another good idea. Alright, looks like Navigator wants to go to the left.
You know, you can actually get a pretty good sound out of these things.
Did we... What? There's nowhere else to go, though. Oh, you definitely looked the other path. Don't sit there and try to act like you went this way the first
I
time.
think all these rooms have names. You know, like Chamber of Eternal Peril, or the Cave of 39 Spiky Rocks.
Well, at least it's a clever name. Alright, so it looks like he's angling to the left.
More molten lava. Or is it molten magma? Either way, it's definitely molten. Molten. Oh, great, now that sounds weird to me.
There is going to be a chasing by LeChuck over here. These days of sailing and not one glimpse of Threpwood, it's so tedious, even I've taken to writing things down just to pass time. Plugging my crew is starting to lose its appeal. If what those wrenches on Blood Island say is true, my Elaine has been dragged off for some pathetic honeymoon, and they're lying. I'll be back to burn down the rest of the village. Most galleons have to pick their way through the mist to reach the Sea of Thieves, but my ship can chart a direct course. Makes you glad to be dead. That dope Threpwood may have escaped my clutches before, but out here he's got no friends, no half-witted schemes, and no root beer to save him. Once he's clapped in irons for the gulls to feed on Elaine is back on my side where she belongs, I'll finally get my victory I deserve. I think LeChuck hasn't gotten over her just quite yet.
Let's stay close. It'd be easy to get lost down here. The head is pointing south.
Alright, so from the book, you take a right down this little pathway here.
Better watch our step here.
Looks like the navigator is going to be leading you towards this like little waterfallish area. Try to watch your steps. Get a sword.
Just like in the legend. I wonder if I can pull it free. I guess that answers that.
Well, I mean, you got it free at least.
Now we should stick together. It'll be safer that way.
This navigator seems lost.
This one can be Dave. Dave the corridor.
Can't tell if he's actually navigating the way or just pointing to Guybrush.
Oh, I remember this chamber. I nearly got
These
lost.
catacombs are going to be kind of hectic, so I'll do my best to try to show you how to get to these places.
Maybe a nice bowl of fruit.
We'd barely laid eyes on Threepwood's ship when my crew noticed strange goings-on. Plunderers and prisoners from long ago appearing aboard. Pieces of our past where they had no business but being. Being an unrivaled master of mojo, I could see that the realm, what it truly is, a dead man's land, shaped by our memories, and that gave me a maleficent idea. Threepwood always finds a way to escape my trap, so this time I'll create a prison he'll never want to leave, a place where he has all the fame and fortune he ever dreamed of. But to shape my illusion so completely, I'll need an object of incredible power. By all accounts, our next destination should have just the kind of thing I'm looking for. I'll leave Threepwood sailing in circles while I cross the veil once more. It's high time pirates on the Sea of Thieves learn to fear the name LeChuck. Well, that is true. There's no way for my crew to walk the shores of the Sea of Thieves, not without being mistaken for capering cadavers and cut down by witless pirates seeking skulls. Fortunately, I've always been a master of disguise. I want something of an indignity, but I adopted a less conspicuous appearance and all began to explore. The pirate lord is sitting pretty in haven of his own making, and yet he chooses to while away his days lurking in a misty shipwreck when he should be ruling over his domain. Meanwhile, self-important skeletons, masked outcasts, and merchant spies conspire to snatch it all from under his nose. Why should they have that chance? Luckily for me, the pirate lord has built quite a retirement fund. Once I've learned of his most valuable treasures, all my plans will finally come to pass. Huh, so LeChuck's going to sit there and rob the pirate lord. Move it. Guybrush was blocking me.
Pirate would have made at least 3 mushroom gags by now. Compared to the circus, this is a piece of cake. Ooh, look at me. I'm Murray, the grumpy talking skull. No? Nothing? Oh, well.
I thought it was funny, Guybrush. So we've got another book up here. Blasted interlopers, my guard spotted an unwanted visitor in the glass-bottom boat, snooping around the hunt for truth. Well, too bad, I saw Threpwood first. To make matters worse, Elaine is yet to deceive by my fantasy world. She's starting to ask questions that guards lack the brains to answer. Now that my secret's out, I've had no choice but to cloak Melee Island away from prying eyes, using the last of the sword's strength to do it. But there's still a way for me to harness the power of the burning blade. It's time to call forth a memory of my own. Monkey Island holds the mojo I need. Just to be safe, I've ordered my journals to be tossed into molten lava. As long as Bob does a thorough job for once, no one will ever learn what I'm planning. We got another one up the hallway here. The burning blade is mine, plundered from Ramsay's belongings by fools who thought they were doing the bidding of the great and powerful pirate lord. With the sword in my hand, it was easy to beguile Threepwood into believing he's the mighty legend of Monkey Island, and the Sea of the Damned made his call come true. Just to be safe, I've left some of my crew behind to guard Threepwood and keeping him fed, watered, and alone, the House of Mojo is out of business for good. Now that the deed is done, I'm free to return to the Sea of Thieves to set my next step of scheme in motion. No one will notice until it's too late. Once Elaine sees my vision for the new Sea of Thieves, she'll have no choice but to acknowledge my greatness at last, and Threepwood will be left to rot in his mansion forever. Okay, well, we found all the ghost writings.
You'd think there'd be more of a monkey theme down here. There, that's much better.
Alright, well that's a promising sign. We got water.
This is the second longest flume I've ever seen!
I don't think that there was any accommodations to go like left or right. There was one in like Pirates of the Caribbean that you had to do that. This one should just be like a normal slide. Our school guide seems a bit lost.
This is definitely high on the list of caves I like least. Now we should stick together. It'll be safer that way.
Alright, so it comes around up top of here.
Once we do this, there's no going back. When you're done exploring, give me back the head of the navigator, and we'll go face LeChuck.
So basically you eventually just come down the corridor and you'll see the ship. Navigator's still pointing away, but... Oh, is that the... Oh, no, that's just skeleton.
That head back now.
They should have had Stan up there. That would have been funny. We do have a memoir right in front of the ship.
This was where I spied LeChuck's ghost ship for the first time since it had left Melee Island with Elaine. LeChuck's so mean, he even boxes up the ship's rats. That head back now.
Never said the zombie head was yours to keep. What? Well, fine. All right, so Guybrush wants the navigator back.
Stick together. It'll be safer that way. There it is. The legendary phantom ship of the ghost pirate LeChuck. Huh. Smaller than I remember. You better wait here while I sneak aboard and save Elaine. I'm the only one who won't get...
Dunkwart!
Caught. Guess I shouldn't have taken off the necklace.
You shouldn't have taken off that necklace.
I knew it!
And you'll never catch me now. Weigh anchor, you cretinous cadavers! We've got what we came for!
Elaine! No! I came all this way to save her, and I let her slip through my fingers! Oh, was I kidding? No pirate legend. I'm just a guy with unusually spacious pockets, and now I'll never see Elaine again! Oh, Elaine! Elaine!
Well, we tried.
I'm a little busy right now, sweetheart.
Elaine?
What are you waiting for? A meet and greet ticket? Hurry up and come aboard!
Oh, honestly. Pardon me for just a moment while I collect my husband.
So it seems like there is a little bit of a graphical glitch over here. It looks like they were using some assets or something, and there's a little bit of text left behind.
I thought you were LeChuck's prisoner. I came here to rescue you.
That's why I came here to rescue you. Because I know you. And because I missed you.
Can we please save this touching display of marital stupidity for when we're back on dry land?
Oh, Captain Kate. Listen, about that whole false imprisonment thing.
We'll discuss it later. Right now, we have to get out of here.
No.
No?
I know this place isn't real, but the Sea of Thieves is. Ramses kept the pirate life alive there, and now he's in danger thanks to me. Whatever LeChuck's planning, we have to stop it.
Well, if you say so. Then get to the cannon, Threpwood. We've got a ghost ship to catch.
Maybe you really will become the legend of Monkey Island. If any of us survive, I mean.
I don't care how my story goes, just so long as you're part of it.
Oh, that's so sweet. Now stop flirting and start firing. I think we can bring that wall down.
Is there anything to do in the ship? Alright, well, equipped with thousands of cannonballs. Am I not? Maybe we just raised it. No, it's raised. Hopefully the AI is smart enough to shoot. They're both on the cannons, which is kind of weird.
Have all day. Grab a spare cannon and use it to make us an exit. Wall up ahead looks pretty unstable.
There we go.
Here goes nothing.
Good job, crew. Harpoons are the easiest to use whenever you're in like tight corners, so if you're working with more than one person, I do recommend having someone up front. That way you can at least grab the sides and make it a little bit easier. Just like this turn here, that way we can get a little bit easier of a turn.
Touch me if you can!
Get back here, LeChuck.
It's not like LeChuck.
Although we're on a ghost ship, so it doesn't seem like it can sink.
Those ropes look pretty unstable.
This is a fairly calm ride. I'm kind of surprised. Shoot the thing in front. There we go. They were shooting the side for some reason.
Behind us, Captain! You're gaining
Behind us.
I've seen rubber duckies move faster than
Oh,
that.
behind them.
We can't let him get away.
Stay on his trail.
Send them our regards.
Looks like we need to make our own.
Allow me.
Alright, so as long as Guybrush and Lane, I think? No? I don't know who she is. Is she the one that gives us the quest?
I know these caves like the back of my hand.
Enemy ship sighted. We have to keep going.
No one curses my husband and gets away.
Less talking, more chasing!
Ready, another volley.
Did they go off to the left? Yeah.
Bring that wall down!
Nice. Got us all straightened back up.
Threpwood's not giving up.
He's trying to lose us.
Concentrate, Guybrush.
Chasing us will be the last mistake he ever make.
Just a little further.
Make it rain, mateys.
We have plenty of cannons. Let's use them.
No exit. No problem.
Fire away! I feel like they're trying to hint that we should be shooting them, but I don't know how since they're both on the front cannons. This place is too short to have like combat side by side anyway, so I don't know what they want. I think there was supposed to be some rocks there.
Soon I shall be unstoppable.
Yeah, we might actually be able to fight him soon. It looks like they're going to be coming up on the right side.
Don't let
Just have to angle the ship correctly. There we go. She's starting to use the front cannons at least. Well, good news is the ghost ship, so you can't actually sink. Does the ship have any rear cannons? Here we go, so they're coming up on the left side now.
when your friends are.
Interesting little arena they built. us around quick enough so we don't crash into everything. So they got a food barrel and a cannon barrel open at the front. They got plenty of cannonballs and food, so it's not like you're going to be needing a whole bunch of them.
I need more time, you incompetent imbeciles!
See if I can get a couple shots off. Hopefully that hit him.
It'll take more than mojo to beat me.
So the interesting thing is this area is just so close quarters, you're definitely going to have a little bit of a hard time landing all your shots.
Give up, Threpwood! You're fighting real pirates now!
Oh, there we go. Nice. We got one of the ships at least. Is there more out here? The one popped up on the right side. Definitely takes more than 3 shots to destroy him. Oh, but this one's just like directly at us. This should be good.
A pile of gold to whoever sinks that ship!
Alright, LeChuck. Time for you to die. Well, there we go. She's at least shooting now.
We're not finished here yet.
Nice. There we go. I think it was 10 hits. I'm not sure though, since she hit him a couple times too.
I want that ship destroyed! A pile of gold to whoever sinks that ship!
Alright, so we should be coming around the corner again, grab some more cannonballs.
I want that ship!
We need to have them on one side or the other so we can actually shoot the cannons at them. Oh, nice. I think Threpwood actually killed him.
That merry chase through the fires of Monkey Island gave me all the time I needed to complete this. My burning
Go of her,
blade.
LeChuck.
Never! Elaine has a date with destiny. 2 souls together, in harmony at last. Such a pity your friends won't be alive to see it.
Well,
The pirate lord suspected you could use a little mojo about now. It seems he was correct. Brace yourselves. This next part gets a little bumpy.
Monkey Island has been restored. LeChuck's burning blade. He has taken his prisoners to Melee Island Church. You must confront LeChuck. Now, it doesn't say how we're supposed to get to the other island, because right now we're at Monkey Island. So if you're like me and get loaded into the wrong area, you're going to have to back out of this and load the tail once again to get to the Melee Island section of this tail. Alright, after loading back into the game, it will correct you and send you to the docks on Melee Island. Unfortunately, there's no faster way to fix any of these issues. It seems like this is going to be the only way to actually solve things.
Head to the church and do what you can to stall LeChuck. I've got an idea, but I'll need time and a lot of bananas.
She said she needs bananas?
Ramsay wasn't joking about the true power of the burning blade.
Who knew LeChuck could do all of that?
All the time we were being led around by the nose through those caves, his sword was regaining its strength. And now LeChuck can use it to silence anyone who gets in his way. No matter how powerful he gets, he's still LeChuck. I think we can guess where he's going to head next.
How'd you manage to find us?
With the fog lifted, I was able to find my way back to Melee Island and bumped into Elaine. But we'd already both missed Guybrush. So we stopped by Stan's place and I reclaimed my ship, along with a few optional extras. Lucky for us, Guybrush had left the recipe to reach Monkey Island lying around on his desk. Ramsay wasn't joking about the true...
Sure you don't need any help?
I'll be fine. Hurry up and get to the church!
Okay, there we go. We're supposed to be going to the church. Alright, well, following the guide, we head over to the church. I'm not sure why she didn't follow, though.
Dearly bewitched, we are gathered here tonight to bear witness to the blessed matrimony of Elaine Marley
Hurry it up,
Threpwood,
Threpwood.
and
We
the
don't have all
fearsome
night.
pirate LeChuck.
Wedding crashers, eh? Well, you won't stop me this time. What good are your weapons if I can command you not to move? Resume the ceremony!
Do you, Elaine, take LeChuck to be your husband? To mindlessly obey for all eternity?
I do.
And do you, LeChuck?
Yes! After all these years, I do.
If anyone here objects to the eternal union of this loving couple, let them speak now, or forever hold their peace.
I object!
Ramsay! Blistering bilge wipes, will these infernal interruptions never end?
I found you at last! The man who stole that blade and tried to play at being the pirate lord, just to orchestrate this sham of a marriage. Now, let them go, LeChuck. It's over.
Over? Ha ha! I'm just getting started. By coming here, you've offered yourself to me as a wedding present.
And once I've disposed of you, I'll be free to take your place. Your pirate legends will make a fine army for me and my bride-to-be. And Captain Flameheart will never know what hit him.
Who could turn down the mightiest pirate on the waves?
Oh, my love. How wonderful. You are as brilliant as you are malicious.
I know. Now, where were we?
I ask again, if anyone who actually matters objects to the union of this loving couple...
Get on with it, Buckweed!
Then, by the power invested in me as governor, I now pronounce you evil man. No, Lord. I now pronounce you dread pirate lord, and...
monkeys?
Now's our chance. Let me take the others to safety. I know you have what it takes to deal with LeChuck. Don't let your guard down, and remember, in this world, it's not your sword that cuts deepest.
You're not gonna leave me the superpowered sword?
Upstarts, nincompoops. Everywhere I go, no matter what I try, it's always pirate wannabes who meddle in my plans and ruin everything. Well, I may have lost Elaine and my burning blade, but I can still have my fun by tearing you limb from limb. Not even Ramsay dares to face me.
Did he run? Aha!
Ha! You caught me off guard, but I'll be back.
Now, on this island, we did learn a bunch of insults.
Come outside and play.
Okay.
I grow tired. You Sea of Thieves pirates are a joke. You'll never think of an answer to that.
I don't see an answer to actually give them, so I guess Sab.
You Sea of Thieves pirates are a joke.
Oh, there we go. Now I can retort. How appropriate you fight like a splash tail. You're right, I should have brought a stool. You're nothing but a dead fraud. Allow me to deliver the punchline. So it just takes a little bit for the insults to pop up.
The Sea of Thieves you know will soon be nothing but a mem. There's no possible way to reply.
Yep, you seem to be right on that one.
The Sea of Thieves you know will soon be nothing but a memory. Don't Sea of Thieves pirates know how to banter?
So this fight, it's a little buggy. You are going to have to get the prompts just right in order for it to actually pop up.
The Sea of Thieves you know will soon be nothing but a memory.
How appropriate you fight like a splash tail. Too bad no one will remember you at all.
I can't believe your audacity.
Okay, so that's not an insult.
Captain Flavor shall serve me!
How appropriate you fight like a splash tail. Good idea. You look like you could use a rest.
If you've nothing to say, then shut up and die.
That was the wrong one.
Soon I shall rule the waters!
How appropriate you fight like a splash tail.
I'll enjoy watching you squirm.
So this fight's not hard, all you gotta do is block, but it is kind of hard to get the dialogue prompts to pop up.
I'm getting out of here!
They just run away?
So you can fight, but can ye play hide and seek?
That depends. Is there some food somewhere around here to play it with?
We've only just begun. It's foolish to stand and fight me.
You're right, I should have brought a stool.
I'll enjoy watching you squirm. Pirates will clap their hands when they see me.
Kind of weird, we're just doing like retorts back instead of actually insulting them.
You'll pay for this insolence!
Do you take the blood rat doubloons?
Curse the lot of ye! This isn't over.
And he disappears again.
Where shall we play next?
I'm going to assume he's going to be found in front of the scum bar. Eventually. Aha! So predictable, LeChuck.
I'll use your guts for Elaine shall be my blushing bride.
Being seen with you would make anyone blush.
I'll enjoy watching you squirm.
So whenever he does send a insult out, you're going to have to not stab him, that way you can do a retort. If you stab him, it's going to automatically just prompt him to speak word. It won't let you retort. That's what we were messing up in the first round.
Kneel before me.
Oh, you need help tying your shoes?
I can't believe your audacity.
Look at me.
I shall rule with an iron fist.
On the Sea of Thieves, we call that a hook.
I'll show you how a real pirate fights.
Now's your chance. Grab some root beer and use it against LeChuck.
That's cheating!
Dar!
I'm supposed to be the one that cheats! It's not fair. Every time, all my evil schemes. Why does this always happen? Blast it all! I'm the legendary pirate LeChuck. I should get to win once in a while. Why do I never get to win? It makes me so angry. So angry, I could just...
So he just drops the barrels and leaves?
Well, check. New sword? Check. I'm ready for battle. Now, where's LeChuck?
Look up, Guybrush. I think this is one fight we're a little late for.
Oh, so I don't get to save everyone? How am I supposed to prove I'm a mighty pirate legend if other people hog all the heroics?
Your story is still being written, Guybrush. There are plenty more pages left in those memoirs. Besides, being a pirate legend isn't just about the battles you fight or what you accomplish. It's about who you are and all that you could be. True legends know when to take a stand against those like LeChuck, who take all they can and give nothing back. On our Sea of Thieves, we can do better. Stop by my tavern sometime, and I'll show you what I mean. I have a map I think you'll find particularly interesting.
Well, I think you're on your way to being a pretty legendary husband. But even if this isn't really Melee Island, I think I'd like to stay for a while.
Yeah, me too. Now that LeChuck's curse is broken, it'll be nice to spend time with everyone.
Guybrush? Guybrush, Threepwood? Hey, it's your old buddy Stan. I have the absolutely 100% A+ Perfectorino ship for you, my friend. You simply have to
Is that Stan rolling up?
In fact, if you get me out of this thing, I'll throw in a free valet service. Hello? Guybrush? Anybody?
Don't say it.
Almost everyone?
It's not just Stan who needs better material.
Well, I think a little rest and relaxation is an excellent idea. And when you're ready, the Sea of Thieves will be there waiting for you. I'll see to that. And so will our friends here. Come in, Kate.
Just a second. Threepwood?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, Honey Pumpkin, at least I've learned something from all this.
What's that, Plunder Bunny?
This view will never get old.
Alright, well, it looks like the portal has now been opened back up to head back to the Sea of
Thanks
Thieves.
again for coming to rescue me. Hey, maybe I should try those legendary trials too. They sounded pretty fun. Till next time.
You can set sail for home. Guybrush and I will round up the townsfolk and get this place back to normal. Eventually.
Okay, well, we are all done with the tale now. Let's head back to the Sea of Thieves. Three-headed monkey. Nice! Tale is now officially complete. Burning Blade Cutlass is received. That's a pretty cool one. Ooh, and it glows. Nice! Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.